Thanks for tuning in. It's the one and only Optibotimus coming at you with another video review. And on today's episode, thanks to the absolutely incredible support of my Optibotimus Plus channel members, and even those of you that just hit that thumbs up button, we're going to be taking a look at the new Masters of the Universe Origins Evil Ninja Warrior NINJOR. Now, honestly, I don't know anything about this character. A few days ago, actually, I was at my local Target and I saw the entire Wave 4 assortment, but then I was like, you know what, I think I have that pre-ordered, so I'm not going to buy them. But then I went home, checked Big Bad Toy Store, and did see, in fact, I had them pre-ordered, but they hadn't shipped yet, so I'm like, you know what, I'll go back to that Target store, buy them, and then cancel the Big Bad Toy Store one, because I could get them earlier. And in doing it that way, I would be able to skip this guy, because the pre-order from Big Bad Toy Store was the entire fourth wave, which is him, Triclops, Stratos, and Hordak. And I only wanted really 3 out of those 4. Like I said, I have no idea really who this is. And I do consider myself a Masters of the Universe fan. This is a character that it's a complete mystery to me. But when I went back to that Target, every single one of the figures except him was gone. So I'm like, fine, you know what, I'll just keep the pre-order. And then I went home and saw that Big Bad Toy Store shipped them, so it all worked out. But I digress. For the package, very similar to all of them. You got that nice rock sort of image, Masters of the Universe Origins. You got the retro play. His comic book is not really positioned. Well, you can see it's crooked on the inside there. But hey, it's unpunched. But now, we're gonna punch. I'm just going to leave it on there because it doesn't want to come out. New for 2021, and then you can see you have NINJOR right there. So it is what it is. Come on in the back, you see all the other figures that are in this assortment. As I said, Stratos, Hordak, NINJOR, and of course Triclops. He does have an action feature, I guess, which is just he's articulated, and he comes with a whole bunch of different weapons. Then you take a look at the art, and this looks fantastic. I always talk about how great the artwork is, and it is. Now, there's Clamp Champ again. That's another character I really don't care too much about. I think he's hitting stores now, but I'm not really looking forward to him or looking for him at all. So I'll probably skip him as well, and as I said, I only got him because I had to. And then you see King Randor there. That's kind of cool. Probably hinting that we'll get that at some point in time. And it says that NINJOR uses uncanny stealth abilities to spy on and surprise attack the heroes of Eternia. So there you go. I'm starting off these reviews with him because, like I said, he's the one I was least interested in. So for the packaging on him, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have NINJOR opened up and out of his packaging. And as always, he does come with a mini comic. Now, because this was not set in the package properly, when they applied the actual bubble section where it had a sticky bit around the edge, they got this on there, so you can see that it was kind of damaged, which, you know, I don't really care that much. The mini comics are a nice little additional piece, but ultimately, I don't think that these are really going to be as kind of collectible as those original vintage ones, so I don't really anticipate these being all that important, but I'm still going to collect them nonetheless. And something else that is interesting that they're including is this little piece of paper here, which shows which parts on the figure can actually be removed, such as the head, the arms. You can separate them at the waist right up there, and then the lower section of the legs. That's new, and I want to give Pixel Dan a shout out because he showed this, and he's always talked about how, like, one of the play action features of these is the interchangeability, and it always has been, but I never really thought it was something that they were marketing. And now it seems like they are. So, I mean, it's not a surprise that we could do that. I mean, it's been going on since the beginning. Here we are, wave 4. And if you've been collecting these, you know that. It's just interesting that they decided to start showing that off. But here's NINJOR. Now, again, I watched Pixel Dan's video, so shout out to you, Dan. One of the most knowledgeable Masters of the Universe reviewers here on all of YouTube. I do watch a lot of his stuff to get some information from time to time. And the reason I never heard of this figure was because he came out towards the end of the vintage line, which Makes sense because by that point in time, I probably wasn't collecting a lot of He-Man stuff. So that's why I obviously never heard. I never heard of Scareglow either, and these two came out around the same time. It's just Scareglow was a little bit cooler, so I became a little bit more aware of him, I guess. But Ninjor still... it is what it is. You can position his legs, like I've shown time and time again, so that you get that 5.5-inch sort of height with them. Or you can always extend the legs and get the closer to 6-inch action figure sort of size, which works pretty decently. But apparently, both him and Scareglow are from other dimensions, I guess. I don't know, he's like a demon, I guess. Here is his bow and arrow sort of thing. You can see that the arrow section is actually sculpted as a part of the bow itself. And you can see the other side, not a lot of real molded in detail or anything like that. This side is the one that you want to take a look at. But you got kind of like this little... It's a very unfortunate looking arrow. I don't know what that's all about, but you do have that. And you can see that he has weapon storage for his nunchucks, which is nice. You do have a plastic metal chain. Again, Dan pointed out that in the vintage one, this was a metal one, so that is kind of unfortunate that it's not metal again, but at least it's still something that you can whip around and everything. So that's kind of cool that they included that. And then he also does come with a katana, which, again, nothing overly spectacular with this. It's very minimal in terms of paint applications. It's just, this gray plastic. It's not bad or anything like that. The figure himself is pretty decent. You can see that a lot of it is Skeletor's body with the little fins on his arms. You got the little webbed feet down here. Torso is probably the same. This armor section here is removable. It's a bit of a pain in the butt to kind of do it, but you can remove that if you wanted to. Now again, because of Dan, I found out that the original vintage figure had a cloth sort of tunic. I'm not exactly sure what you would call it, but a cloth piece up here, and the hood was also cloth, and you can remove that, revealing his face. He talked about how it's kind of unfortunate they didn't decide to go with the deluxe treatment on this. And while, yes, I could say giving him an alternate head with the unhelmeted or the unmasked, I mean, you could just pop that off, and I got He-Man's here, so if you wanted to do that, oh my god, I took my mask off and I'm He-Man, what I mean, you could do something like that, obviously, but I don't know how popular of a character Ninjor is for them to use that price point, that $20 price point with all that extra bit. And I mean, he comes with a lot of accessories, so I mean, definitely I could see them using something like that. And if you gave him an extra head, I guess you could have put him in that deluxe price point, but I don't know necessarily why they would have. It just doesn't fit. The design on here looks kind of cool. I like that. It looks a lot like Mushu, to be totally honest. Pretty decent expression here. You got his eyebrows kind of going off on a slant, very dark eyes, again going along with that whole demon sort of look that they gave him, like full-on black eyes. I mean, that is actually a pretty decent head sculpt. I dig that. You can see there's a nice texture on the shirt section up here too. Overall, really nice. I just, like I said, I don't really have much of an attachment to the character, so I don't know how, honestly, interested in this I am. I got him, like I said, because I had to, for the most part. I probably wouldn't have if I didn't have to get him from Big Bad Toy Store along with the full kind of wave itself. But I mean, it's decent. I'll probably not really display him or anything of that nature, but he's, it is what it is. So articulation is all the same. None of that changes. The ball joint, the pin hinge joints, the ability to rip him in half. That's called the jazz effect. But I mean, he's cool looking. Like I said, I just don't have an attachment towards the character. But a lot of people seem to actually really like him. So if you are interested in picking him up, he is hitting various retail locations right now. I found him at Target. Obviously, I didn't pick him up. I got him online at Big Bad Toy Store. It makes it a little bit easier because you can pre-order them and not have to worry about hunting. I'm getting old. I don't do the hunt thing quite as much. I'd rather just go online and buy them and have them show up at my place. So Big Bad Toy Store is an invaluable resource. So for that, I'll put a link right down in the video description where you can go to BBTS and check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Masters of the Universe Origin figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. As always, I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I know it's not a Transformer review, but I really do appreciate any time you guys sit down and watch my videos, even when they're ones like this. That support does go a long way towards helping me out. And one thing that you can do that makes it go a little bit further is simply hitting that thumbs up button. When you do all of that stuff, it makes everything possible, including Transformer reviews. Also, I gotta send a huge shout out to all of my Optibotimus Plus channel members, who through their direct support, now more than ever, help to make reviews like this and others possible. And if you'd like information on how you can help support my channel by becoming a channel member, where you can get exclusive channel chat and comment emojis, loyalty badges, exclusive unboxing videos, live streams, Zoom calls, as well as the occasional giveaways like all these guys do, then consider becoming a member of Optibotimus Plus. And all you have to do for that is click on that little join button right down there. And finally, guys, remember that the real trouble with the world is that too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.